Hello and welcome to my pick a card reading. I have had all kinds of trouble with trying to get one of these even made and uploaded. It's been a minute since I've done them, and this is going to be my last attempt, so fingers crossed that we can get this over the line. So I'm going to keep it really short and sweet this time. If you have never done a pick a card reading, it is really easy. Today we are asking, what message do you need to hear right now? If you are watching this, there is a message for you, and the universe, your spirit guides, guardian angels, even just simply your higher self would like for you to hear it. So you are welcome to either pick one of the piles, and I really apologize, the setup leaves a lot to be desired. If anybody watches this, then maybe we will think about improving that, but at this stage we're just going to go with what we've got and hope that this time it works. So you can choose one of the piles, 1, 2 or 3, or you can choose more than one of the piles if you feel drawn to more than one. Remember, it's a general reading. It is for entertainment purposes only. I am not able to give specialized or expert advice in anything, but please do take what resonates. So if you feel that there is a message in one of these piles and it is speaking to you, then absolutely, there is a message here that was meant for you and you were supposed to hear it. And if you feel that it doesn't resonate, you can always choose another pile, or maybe you just don't have a message at the moment. You can always, if you are interested in the whole pick a pile, pick a card concept, you can go to YouTube and type in pick a card with just about any question that you could think of, and you will find endless readings, multitude of readers with amazing setups that are doing a really awesome job of this, and they can be a lot of fun and they can be really helpful at getting you to tap into your intuition and find out answers to any questions that you may have. So for today we're asking, what do you need to know? What message is waiting for you? And we have pile 1 with the Oracle of the Unicorns deck, and this is quite an old one that I've got that my daughter gave to me. I don't read with that one a whole lot, but I thought I would throw that in for a bit of magic today, because then we have got these 2 beautiful new decks that I got. So pile 2, we have the light Seers Tarot, and sorry, I should have mentioned pile 1, Oracle of the Unicorns with the green mandala candle tin, and then pile 2, excuse me, the light Seers Tarot deck with the pink and orange mandala candle tin, and then pile 3, and then pile 3 we have another new deck that just arrived today, the Sweet Forager's Tarot, which is a really sweet little deck that feels really magical, so that's why I thought that we would pair it with the Oracle of the Unicorns. Pile 3, that has the blue and green mandala. So take a moment, look at all 3 piles, see which one you feel drawn to, and then head on over to the description where you will find the timestamps for each reading, and you can jump to whichever reading or readings resonate with you. So yeah, I will see you in your reading. Hello and welcome to your reading, pile 1. So if you chose the Oracle of the Unicorns deck and or the green mandala tin to be your reading, then you are pile 1, and welcome. Thank you for coming. We are asking your higher self or the universe, spirit, angels, spirit guides, whatever it is that you connect to, what message is waiting for you at the moment? What are you meant to hear right now? So pile 1, we're going to start with the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck, which mine is all graffitied because I have written keywords all over it. It's a very old deck. It was the first one that I was ever given, and it's funny because there's a thing around tarot that you should only ever be gifted a deck, and that's not true because I've just gone out and bought about 10. But this very first one was gifted to me by my beautiful friend Sarah. So, alright, while we're talking about her, pile 1, the Hanged Man. What message are you meant to hear right now? What are you meant to know? You could have a situation that you're asking about something specific and you're hoping to shed a bit more light on it, or you could just be curious to know what is coming up next for you. Good things by the looks of it, pile 1. This is a card of victory here, the 6 of Wands. And paired with the Hangman, maybe you've been looking at life a bit differently lately and it's brought about something positive. Let's just draw a few more cards to see. Oh, this is looking really positive. Pile number 1. So whatever's been happening for you, I feel like it's been really, really good. Or if you have been struggling with something, this is absolutely confirmation that what you need to hear right now is that change is on the way and good things are coming. So we're going to pull one more from this deck. The Hierophant, which I'm never 100% sure if I'm saying correctly. Hierophant, I think it's Hierophant. Alright, so pile 1, like I said, either things have been going really well and maybe you're here just because you're interested to see what a pick a card reading is all about, or what message is meant for you when things are going so well. But if they haven't been going so well, which there is nothing at all in these cards to indicate is the case, certainly the message that you need to hear right now is that they're about to. So you've got 3 major arcana, which is a big deal right there because they speak to big life changes and life events, things that are important to your own personal growth, to your own spiritual growth. And this one here, the minor arcana, talks about things in everyday life. So these cards are saying, pile 1, that maybe there has been a situation where you have been called to look at things from a different perspective, or you have been looking at things from a different perspective, and this guy here, he's hanging upside down, chill as anything, all lit up. If you were to look at him this way, he's all enlightened and feels like he has plenty of knowledge, but he's just hanging around upside down, doing it differently. So he's looking at things from a different perspective, and that seems to have brought about some sort of victory, whether it's in a relationship or in a work environment. Could be a love relationship, like a romantic relationship, or it could just be a platonic relationship, but there's been some sort of victory for you, pile 1. You have come in to your victory parade. Whatever it is that you have been looking at differently, it has allowed for you to feel victorious, and then bring in this energy of the Star, which is beautiful. The Star card is always so welcome in any reading because it talks about being able to rise above day-to-day things, being able to connect with the divine, time spent on reflection and feeling inspiration, rediscovering your purpose. and quiet contemplation. And then the Hierophant reflects that as well. Hang on a second. So he is a bit of an authority figure. Well, he's a lot of an authority figure, because you can see that these people are sitting in front of him at his feet, hoping to gain the wisdom that he has. He's sitting on his throne. He's got the crown on his head and the pillars of knowledge behind him. And he is someone that is open to growing and expanding and sharing his inner knowledge. He is a master in the making. He is returning to study. So maybe that's something that you are thinking about doing, pile 1, or you have started doing. If it's something you've been thinking about, this could be an affirmation that you should, that you would be successful. You would do very, very well. It could just also speak to the fact that you're already quite knowledgeable, and it is time for you to share that knowledge and allow it to become part of the day-to-day. And this card also calls you to focus and to become an expert. But pile 1, overall, so far, whatever the universe wants you to know, it is extremely positive. So now we're going to read from this new deck that arrived today, the Light Seers mini cards, and I didn't actually put them out as the cards to choose from because they really are very, very mini. But that's good, because some of my cards are so big that shuffling is a difficulty. So pile 1, make sure I've got them upright to start, because I have everything upright. If a reversal comes up, I will read it as a reversal, but because they're new, they're kind of all upright at the moment, so I don't want to read you a whole bunch of reversals by accident. So we're just going to start with upright. Pile 1, what message does the universe have? What do you need to hear right now? What is going on around these 4 really wonderful cards for pile 1? Okay, let's see if we can get a bit more information about what has happened and what is going to happen. What message is there? Okay, so we've got 2, and I'm gonna get 2 more. Yep, I'm with you, and I think I'm feeling you. Okay, well, I just wanted to spin. Let's see. Okay, pile 1. So you've got the Fool. Again, another really positive card. Maybe you have just taken a leap into something new. It's another major arcana card, so it speaks to a big change in life. Maybe you have been looking at things from a different perspective. Pile 1, maybe you have been thinking about study and you have recently taken the leap. And if you haven't, again, this is more confirmation that if that is what you have been thinking about, definitely the message for you, pile 1, is that you absolutely should. You also have the Page of Pentacles, which interestingly talks about being a student, and Pentacles is earth. That represents money, the home, your foundations, all material things. And so you might be starting out maybe even in a new career, or maybe you are expanding the knowledge that you already have within your career. But I feel like pile 1, whatever is happening, it's bringing a lot of really good positive stuff into your life. Here we go. See, another major arcana, Justice. So maybe you are starting to bring in for yourself what you deserve, or maybe through looking at things in a different point of view and expanding your mindset, your perspective, you have been able to open yourself up to new knowledge. Maybe you have been gaining new knowledge from somebody else. This might be you sharing your knowledge or embarking on a journey here to gain more knowledge, or it could be that you again, are embarking on a journey to gain more knowledge, but this is you here, and that you have found a mentor or somebody who is able to help enlighten you, able to help empower you. But you have made some, if they haven't happened yet, there's like a lot of major arcana energy in here. So there's some really, really big changes on the way, pile one, but they're all looking really positive. And here we go. I thought we're doing a bit well on the run of good cards. So here we have the Three of Swords. And that could be the thing that is like the key to all of this reading, because if you look at her, all of these other ones are so happy and peaceful and beautiful, and you know, the Fool is ready to leap. The Six of Wands is riding in victorious. The others are quite still and contemplative, but everybody is looking peaceful or joyous. This card just looks like she is in agony and she is having a really difficult time. So pile number one, looking at this, don't think that anything here has come easy, or is, if it hasn't come yet and it's still on its way, it's not coming easily to you. There might have been a period of heartbreak. Three of Swords speaks about sort of more than one person being in the situation. If this is a love reading, maybe there has been some sort of indiscretion from a partner, and this could be something that you only just found out about. This might be something you've been aware of for a while. This could be a long-standing heartbreak, or it could be very, very fresh. It could even be something that hasn't happened yet. But sitting here next to Justice, I feel like if it hasn't, there's still that much amazing surrounding energy that you are not necessarily going to be impacted. But I more get the sense that with this one, maybe this is what has spurred on this looking at things from a different point of view. Maybe this is something that you weren't aware of and it's come to light, and it's forcing you to have to reassess and look at the situation differently. And if that's the case, pile one, this is reassurance. The message for you right now is that you will be successful, and that there will be justice around this situation. But if things are going really well and this is a bit unexpected, you weren't really expecting to see that in the reading, yeah, we might get some more information on that before I go down that path, because I'm not entirely sure which way that sways it. But it's sitting under the Hierophant, so we will see. Now we're going to go over to the Sweet Forager's Tarot, which is the next new one. So I think pile one, we're going to find out from this what's going on with that Three of Swords. What's causing that heartbreak, and is that coming? Is that current? Is that something that's lingering from the past that potentially could be a block to these new things coming in or continuing? But what message does the universe have for pile one? What does pile one need to know right now? Okay. So we've got the Fool. That's really funny because this guidebook is really cute, and if you read through it, it tells you that that is the Fool and that this is her journal, and that this deck of cards is all about her journey through life and everybody that she meets and all of the lessons that she learns, both throughout experiencing the major life changes of the major arcana and the lessons, the smaller lessons that she learns on the day-to-day in the minor arcana. And she just desperately wants to keep coming out, because I even asked the cards earlier, what energy will this deck read with? And it said it in the guidebook, it's the Fool's journey. And then the Fool still came out just to reaffirm that, hey, I've already told you this. And now she's come out a third time. So, and again, I've just looked up the Fool and the Fool. So double energy. So whatever this thing is over here, pile one, maybe it's an old wound and something is going to resurface a little bit for you, and you will need to move past it. And, you know, I feel like, yeah, maybe something has shifted. You've been looking at something differently, and it has brought about some sort of success, and people are starting to recognize you as an authority. It's, you know, brought prosperity in. It's made you look within yourself and raised your confidence. It could be that you are increasing in confidence right now. Pile 1, you're getting the recognition that you deserve. You're open to new perspectives. You're looking at things in a new way. Maybe people are looking at you in a new way and looking at you as some type of authority now. But it feels like you have chosen to take some sort of leap here, or you're being called to take a leap. And whilst it could very much be you that is the authority, I feel that you're also being asked to remember to remain open. You know, nobody knows everything. There's always room for improvement, and we should never be the smartest person in the room. If they say, especially if it's a work situation, if you're the smartest person in the room, then you're hiring wrong, because it's important for personal growth and just new innovation, new energy, new knowledge cannot grow if you're not open to learning. So maybe you are the teacher and you're being called to now also become the student. You know, maybe you're the teacher and you're being called to learn from your students, or maybe you would like to become a student again and you're being called to take the leap and do just that, and that this is in some way going to get you the recognition and the victory that you deserve. But if this here in the mix is something that does pop up along the lines, I feel like this card is an affirmation for you to just start again from the beginning and take the leap again. Like, don't let whatever this energy is, pile 1, derail you from all of this amazing stuff that is going on for you, because you've got a lot of really positive stuff happening. So we've also got the 2 of Cups, which is lovely. So we've got the 3 of Swords over here, but we've got the 2 of Cups over here, which is very much whatever this problem is. It's not going to have a big impact overall on whatever is going on for you, pile 1, or for whatever is coming in, because the 2 of Cups, if it's a love reading, Cups is emotions. Obviously, they're looking super loved up, really happy. If it's a work reading, it could mean that you form a really prosperous partnership, and 2 speaks to balance. And it also speaks to new beginnings as well. Starting out on a new journey, embarking on something new. So we've also got here the King of Wands. Beautiful. I love that. So Wands is fire, inspiration, innovation, creativity. The King, he is the master of his kingdom and what he possesses, and he is extremely confident. He is very he's very comfortable in where he is sitting in his life. He has a huge amount of power and a huge amount of inspiration and creativity to bring to the table. So it could even be saying, pile 2, that this step into the unknown, which is what the Fool is all about. It's the very first of the life lessons, or the very first card in the deck in the tarot. So it speaks about taking a step into the unknown. She's about to step off a cliff. This little lady is leaving her little mushroom home in the forest that she has known her whole life and is all she's ever known, to set off on an elfin adventure to be able to go and learn about the world. So in doing so, they're moving through and finding new partnerships, new things to celebrate, and that's bringing about this King of Wands energy, which is really positive. So we're going to ask for one more card from this deck, just to make them all even and pleasing to my eye. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, pile 1. We've got the 10 of Cups. Wow. Okay, well, I'm really happy that the universe just said, no, you can redo some readings, because these were a totally different vibe from what I was getting before. So 10 of Cups, as you can see, all rainbows and sparkles and happiness, and there looks to be a little fairy, I don't know if you can see her too well at the top, sitting in the cup on top of her pile of cups with a heart full of joy because she has all the cups. This is, if you're not already here, pile 1, the message for you is that you have got really amazing stuff coming in for you, and I get the sense that you probably already are in a pretty good position in terms of what you're feeling in yourself. Maybe something's happened recently. It could even be this heartbreak card here that's caused you to look at things differently and just be like, no, I want to change this situation around. But if it hasn't come in yet, I really think, pile 1, that this reading is just so full of light and energy and good things coming. So I'm going to read a little bit from the guidebook to get some extra information, just to make sure that there isn't anything in these messages that I'm missing. So for this card here, this version, don't cover her face, this version of the Fool, it says new beginnings, potential, adventures, enthusiasm, awakening, innocence, and optimism. Every dream achieved begins with the seemingly foolish notion that there is something bigger out there, something greater to explore and to become. This childlike optimism comes from deep within your knowing, and it reminds you that you can achieve all the magical things that you've been dreaming about. The journey of the soul begins with a single step, and you may find yourself on the edge of an epic journey. Turn toward your future with enthusiasm and know that a divine leap of faith is required in order to claim the rewards that the abyss is offering. You may not feel ready, you may not be ready, but there is magic in the air, and the universe is waiting to support you with infinite love and guidance. Trust your intuition as you swan dive into the seed of potential. And if you wanted pile 1, you've got the affirmation to go with it. I am ready for this adventure down my soul path. And I love that too, because this Fool here is literally taking an adventure down their soul path. That's what the guidebook specifically states that they are doing. So I love that these two, even in their meanings, and, you know, this one, says magic is in the air, and you can see that she's about to leap into the abyss. She doesn't know if this is going to work out for her, but she's going to take a leap of faith and do it anyway. But I love that this book says going down the soul path, and that's what she's doing, taking an adventure down the soul path, going into the unknown, because she believes that there is more out there for her than what she currently has, or that she is ready for more. So I think very much, yeah, it might be time to level up if you're not already. The Page of Pentacles, get a bit more information about that as well. The Page of Pentacles, manifesting new opportunities, beginnings, good news, ambitions, skills and training, financial opportunities, new career paths, new connections, exploration stage, a beginner, earth magic, making plans a reality. And yeah, again, absolutely new beginnings, study. If you came here and you have asked a love question, I really feel like this has so much to do with work that it does feel difficult in some ways to feel. There's a lot of love in this reading, absolutely there is, but I'm trying to work out if there is a connection to a romantic partner. If there is, all I can really see is that things are going really well, and that it's a fair and balanced relationship. There has been some heartbreak, but you have been able to overcome that by maybe trusting where it has been difficult to do so, and taking a leap of faith to trust this person, or taking a leap of faith. Maybe you took a leap of faith and you trusted them And after learning more, you realize that actually they're not the person for you. But in being willing to trust in yourself and your intuition and take that leap again, you find happiness over here. You find joy. You fill up all of your cups. You find your fire. You find your passion. So it could relate to love, pile 1. It could be that, yeah, you are looking at your relationship differently and it has been going really well. Great things are happening. This could simply be old wounds from the past that are potentially resurfacing, and you know how to put them to bed because you know that all of the other energy around you is good. Or it could be that maybe something that did seem like it was going really well, you realize that maybe it's not been going as well as what it feels like. I don't think that this is something that has really been bringing you harm though, because it just feels like there is so much joy over here. This does feel like maybe it is an old wound resurfacing that has the potential to just stop you in your tracks and hold you back. But I feel that pile 1, you are seeking justice, and that doesn't necessarily mean justice in as much as someone has done you wrong and you need to right it. It could be though that if someone has done you wrong, you are able to right it and take the leap of faith again and still come out victorious. So there is potentially that as well. But moving on to, now we are here, the Justice card. Hang on, sorry, before I skip ahead. So the Page of Pentacles, manifesting new beginnings. The affirmation is, I can be practical and realistic and still run ahead to meet my dreams. And then the Justice card says natural law, balance, karma, truth, wisdom, legal matters, fairness, cause and effect, integrity, objectivity, perspective, and accountability. Justice asks you to learn from your past experiences, the good, the bad, and the fugly. Take it all and grow from it. This energy is not about perfection, but about fairness and honesty. It highlights clarity of motivation and intention, and it asks you to be realistic about the cause and effect of your thoughts and actions. Seek to balance your growth with both positivity and shadow, and learn from the many different parts of you. In your current situation, be impartial to as you reframe your reality and work to remove any negative emotional charge from the equation. If fear is causing you to act in a way that you aren't proud of, seek a variety of perspectives before judging another person's actions to be good or bad. The only true path ahead of you is not one that is necessarily black or white, but is always, always one of love. And the affirmation is, the good karma is delightfully loving and it can be the most motivating of teachers. Which I love, because all of these cards up here just feel like a bunch of good karma. So maybe you have had a whole lot of good karma and someone comes along and you realize that they are doing you wrong or they've done you wrong. I think if that's the case, this card is asking you, like definitely all the surrounding cards are saying you have got so much good going on pile number 1 that this one hiccup, like I really can't believe out of 12 cards, this is the only one that has any sort of negative connotation for you. So whatever it is, I think that the Justice card repeated the idea of looking at things from different perspectives. The Star talks about looking within, rising above day-to-day challenges. The Hierophant talks about expanding your inner knowledge. So I think over and over again, pile 1, you are just being called to rise above whatever hiccup this may be. Maybe it's a past wound that is like something that is not external. It doesn't belong to somebody else. It's not someone that hurt you. Maybe you have your own internal spiritual block that's getting in your way of being able to enjoy all of these beautiful blessings that you have. And the message is that you need to be more fair on yourself, more kind to yourself, forgive yourself, let whatever this is go so that you can move on. But I had something else. Right, another message that popped into my brain and then it disappeared. That's okay. it's important and it's meant to be repeated, it will come back. But for now, the Three of Swords talks about painful separation, loss, heartbreak, an opportunity to heal, shadows coming to light, finding inspiration again. I love that. So yeah, shadows coming to light could be just, yeah, your own insecurities, things that start to pop up as stuff is moving forward for you. Maybe everything is going along so well and that's not the way that it always is for you. So you're starting to doubt it. You're starting to feel insecure. You're starting to worry that what is all waiting for you is not meant for you. And if that's what you've been questioning, pile one, then absolutely this is an affirmation that that's not true. Don't let any past doubts or wounds or insecurities get in your way. And if this is more information about somebody external who has hurt you, then the message is very much that it's just a tiny blip on the radar of all of these beautiful things coming into your life. So this one says, heartbroken, she falls to her knees and screams to the universe for a second chance. Separation can come in many forms, from the loss of a relationship or identity to the disintegration of belief, purpose, or goals. Separation from what we thought we had can mark painful moments in our lives. If you find yourself amidst wavering realities and losing something that feels near and dear to your heart, know that this too shall pass. This severing, although painful, is a necessary part of the process. Despite all good in the contrary, your brightly lit future will arrive because of this experience. So yeah, pile one, whatever this is, this brightly lit future is going to arrive because of this. And it said again, that you will need to leap into like new beginnings and making the choice. And so I feel like something is going to call you to maybe just have to like gather the confidence to take the leap twice. It could even be that you begin to level up and you realize that, you know, it could be a work situation. Maybe you haven't been getting the recognition that you deserve and you feel that you've been like very open to sharing knowledge. You've been studying, you've been working hard, you've been victorious in your endeavors, you've been looking at it from different perspectives, and you have decided that you will take the leap, try something new. Maybe it's a new job, maybe it is literal study, and maybe in doing so, you've realized that actually what you had before or what's on offer now isn't really all that fair, and it's causing you to have to walk away from something, have to make a decision to like having to choose and experiencing some sort of loss, like some sort of separation. But whatever this is, pile one, it's not going to derail you, not even a little bit, because you are going to bounce back. Choose to make a leap again and be really successful and victorious for doing so. So tie yourself to your light and prepare to spend some time nurturing your tender spirit. These shadowy times are always opportunities to become stronger and more resilient, so give yourself time to heal and know that you will love, thrive, and find inspiration again soon. And the affirmation to go with that one is, my heart remains tender and open. So pile one, yeah, I really think you are not going to let whatever that is knock you off course, whether it's something internal, whether it's external, whether it's heartbreak at work, heartbreak in love. Maybe you found out a friend's been doing you a bit dirty. Maybe someone comes along and just makes you question yourself. Maybe you've realized what you had before just isn't right for you anymore. Maybe you are in a relationship and you've been working on it, and yeah, you've realized that actually you could do better. The realization is that this is kind of going nowhere, and if that's the case, the message is don't give up, regroup, take the leap again, and you will draw this new beginning again into your life. So there's lots of new beginnings here. Pile one, the star is often known as the wish card. It's one of the most joyous cards in the deck. It means that like what you wish for, wishing upon a star, you can bring that in at the moment. And so if you've been feeling a bit stuck at all, I feel that you're being called to look at things differently, have a different perspective, look within, know that justice and balance will be restored to the situation, and that you absolutely will be able to move past it. You will have the courage to take the leap again. And yeah, again, maybe you're already here. Maybe you're already feeling yourself leveling up. Maybe these cards are really reflective of who you have leveled up into, and you are already making these moves, pile one. And this is just a message of affirmation to let you know that you're absolutely on the right path, and that it's bringing in even more good things. So we're going to get one last card for you to finish off your reading. There we go. It will be this one. It's from the Oracle of the Unicorns deck, which was one of the piles. And we have, I love this. Oh my gosh, what a strong finish. Celebration. A positive outcome is assured, which pretty much feels like that absolutely is the case, because you've gotten some of the most positive cards in all of the decks, pile one. Celebrate your success. Enjoy your achievements. Absolutely beautiful. So if you've had something that you've been worried about, pile one, you absolutely do not need to. You've got amazing stuff coming in, and if you're already feeling really good, you're already feeling really confident, and like you're growing and expanding, you're feeling victorious, you're being recognized, people are coming to you to share your wisdom. Maybe you've taken the leap into a new job, which has put you into the position of being a student. Maybe you've decided to take on more study so that you can rise up in your position. Maybe, yeah, it could be anything, but whatever this niggling little thing is over here, absolutely, completely do whatever you can do. Look within, find the courage, look at things from a different perspective, talk to a trusted friend, but do not let it derail you, pile one, because really beautiful, abundant things are on their way. So this beautiful unicorn with the white, looks like an owl, yeah, white owls guiding it, with a beautiful full moon. Everything is going to be shining bright. Everything's going to be illuminated. I think you're going to be illuminated, pile one. If you're not there yet, I absolutely think that recognition, rewards, you leading, feeling like you know what to do next, where to go next, with a partnership that is going to turn into something really beautiful, something really strong. So yeah, pile one, if you are not already celebrating, you're wondering, are things going to improve? Absolutely. This is such a beautiful message. What you need to know right now is that there are beautiful, wonderful things on the way. And if you do experience a bit of heartbreak, wherever that comes from, you absolutely are able to overcome it. You just need to trust in yourself to take the leap and know that you will be able to fly like this beautiful unicorn over here. But yeah, you have absolutely across the board, pile number one, got so many things to celebrate about. So if you are not already, I think count your blessings. If they're not here yet, know that they're on their way. Thank you so much for coming to my reading. That was really fun to read. Actually, that was so much fun, so much light and positivity. So if that's you, pile one, if that resonated, that was your message. If it did resonate, please let me know. I love to get feedback on what people think of the readings. You are welcome to go on to pick another pile, or if not, thank you so much for being here. And yeah, I hope that the message resonated for you. Thank you so much, pile one. Wishing love and light. Hello and welcome, pile number two. If you are here, it's because you picked the light Seers Tarot and or the pink and orange mandala candle for the pile to represent your reading. So we will get stuck straight in pile number two to ask, what message do you need to hear right now? What message does the universe or your spirit guides, divine wisdom, higher self, subconscious, your angels, whatever it is that you connect to, what message does it want you to know right now? What is waiting for you 2 here, pile 2. So we're going to start out with the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck and get a bit of background. So you might have something that you're asking about, a relationship, a romantic relationship, a friendship, a work situation, finances, or you could just simply want to know what's coming up, what's in store for you, or if there's a message waiting for you. But pile 2, what message is there? What do you need to know right now? So we've got the Ace of Wands. Something new is beginning, and the Hangman. Interesting, he came out in pile 1 as well. So I wonder if there'll be a bit of a connection. Alright, so there's going to be a new flash of inspiration. New ideas, new thought patterns, and the ability to look at things with new perspectives. Oh, and I love this too, pile 2. This is the 3 of Pentacles, which represents hard work, being accomplished in your craft, being at a point where you're able to provide your work to other people. We're going to get one more from this deck. Pile 2. I think, did I just call you pile 1? If I did, maybe there is some stuff to go back and have a look at. There might be some messages for you in a pile 1 reading as well, pile 2. Yeah, possibly there is, because, wow, okay, the Star. That came out in pile 1 as well, and it definitely is not to do with the shuffling. This is the Wish card. So, pile 2, whatever's happening for you, your message is that really positive things are, if not coming in already, absolutely about to. So, this could be a love reading. But again, like pile 1, I sort of get the sense that this actually might relate to your professional life. Maybe you have recently started a new job, or you have embarked on a new business, or maybe you have been wondering if you should. If you've been thinking about that, this is absolutely affirmation that you should go ahead with it. It will be successful. Maybe you're already there, and this new endeavor is starting to really bring in a lot of positive things, and you're already feeling that, pile 2. But yeah, this is sort of similar energy, at least so far, as what the pile 1 reading was. The Ace of Wands is that new energy, new beginnings, bolt of inspiration. Let me see. Staying attentive to your goals. Things are starting to accelerate for you. You are ready to act on imminent change and energetic action. Yeah, so new things coming in, new inspiration, new ideas, new energy, new excitement, and the Hangman, which calls to look at situations from a different perspective. He's extremely enlightened, he's extremely chill, he's just hanging around upside down, looking at everything from a different point of view with an open mind, and that is really helping to draw in people to assist you with, or there are people that respect you and that are looking to you, pile number 2, as someone who is a leader and someone that is cooperative, someone who's a team player, someone that they can work with. So this could be a relationship. It could be that if it's an existing relationship, it could be going really well, or things are about to change and they're about to start going really well. If it's a new relationship, this is certainly all good signs that this is going to be something that you can build a solid foundation on. It could be that this is an opportunity that is different from something, like it looks different from what you thought you wanted, but it's turning out to be really amazing. If that's the case, you know, that might be a job offer that you, like in an industry that you never considered, or a pathway of study that you hadn't thought about, or a person you know, romantically, that isn't your type, or just even a friendship with someone that you wouldn't have ever imagined that you would have anything in common with. But whatever it is, I feel like it might look a bit different than what you were expecting, and you're being asked at the moment, the message is to be willing to keep an open mind and look at things differently, because it is going to bring in this really successful energy of contribution and working together. It asks you to let the world see your talents, to seek recognition, and to accept and savor achievement. Yeah, so you're doing really, really well over here, pile 2. And the star, like I said, that's a beautiful card in any reading. So I love that it's come out in 2 readings now, because this talks about wish fulfillment, self-reflection, spending time looking within, and being able to bring about making your own dreams come true. So pile 2, if you're not already in this amazing energy of bringing positive things in, please know that it is absolutely on its way. We're going to now read from the deck that you picked, the Seers Tarot deck, which is tiny. That's why I use the tin to represent the cards, oh sorry, the pile, and not the cards, because they're very itty bitty and I'm sort of not ergonomically in my seat trying to shuffle. So I'll shuffle back here, focus Cassie, pile 2. I'm going to take those because they're flipped. The 5 of Cups and the Fool, and she was again in pile number 1 as well, the Star and the Fool, taking a chance, taking a leap of faith. 5 of Cups speaks to walking away from something, letting it go, releasing it, taking the cup that you have and letting the other ones go because they're not working. And so maybe that's where you've been looking at, well, we're definitely going to take those. We're just going to go and pick them up. Pile 2, you've got some really intense energy going on at the moment. A lot of fire and a lot of spark and a lot of just, yeah, things shooting out and coming up for you. So again, we've got the 8 of Cups, walking away from things, and the 2 of Cups, new partnership, new energy. So there's a lot of water in this reading. The Ace of Wands is fire, so Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. But Cups, you've got 3 Cups, and then the Star here with all of the water as well. And Cups are the water signs. Pisces, Scorpio, and not Aquarius. Always get that one confused. Why are you always out of my brain? Someone let me know what the 3rd water sign is if it does not come to me. But maybe you are one of those signs. Maybe you are in a partnership with somebody, a romantic partnership or a business partnership. Maybe you've just started a business with someone, or you have started a new job. But this is, again, really beautiful energy. Pile 2, you are walking away for things that are not meant for you and being willing to look at things from a different perspective, which is drawing in new energy, new ideas, and giving you the courage to take the leap into new things. And in doing so, you're bringing about new partnerships and building new foundations that are really strong and are bringing in really wonderful, hopeful things for you. So I'm going to read a little bit more from the Light Seers books. These cards are based very much on the traditional tarot, but because they are new cards, I want to get a little bit more information for you, pile 2, while I'm trying to think of what the 3rd water sign is. Scorpio, Pisces. I'm missing a water sign. Okay, so the 5 of Cups. This talks about grieving, disillusion, disappointment, betrayal, bitterness, wallowing, self-pity, can signify a broken heart. So yeah, maybe it hasn't been all roses up to now, pile 2. Maybe you have had to you've been put through the ringer a bit and you've had to walk away from some things, because that's echoed again in the Eight of Cups here. So if that is the case, the affirmation for this card is, my tender heart helps me to navigate toward my bright future. And it might, whatever this is, might have called you to look within and do a bit of self-reflection and to keep that bright heart. Maybe you've already been through some heartbreak and had to walk away from something. It's caused you to look deep within, and that's bringing about some really beautiful new energy. But rest assured, pile 2, this card here, the Two of Cups, means that like whatever challenges you've been facing, whatever you've chosen to walk away from, I feel like the message is that it's going to be worth it, because it's going to bring about a really lovely new partnership here. The Fool. And again, if you want to know more about some of these cards, I think definitely go back and have a look at pile 1, because there might be some things that resonate with you as well, pile 2. There's definitely some crossover here in the reading. So the Fool is new beginnings, potential, adventures, enthusiasm, awakening, innocence, and optimism, which also reminds me of this, about having a soft heart and a kind heart, and not letting heartbreak or the end of a situation, having to walk away from something that didn't work out the way you planned, not letting that harden you, and still being willing to take the leap into something new with innocence and optimism. And pile 2, you might find that it isn't that easy. You still have things that aren't serving you, things that you find that you do still need to walk away from. Maybe you don't completely walk away from the situation and take a leap, but realize that it is still holding you back. Because then again, we've got the Eight of Cups, letting go, releasing that which no longer serves you, a ritual releasing, a time to move, stuck energy, walking away, leaving your old reality to pursue a new one, abandonment, disappointment. And the affirmation for this card, so she's walking away to the horizon where it's a brighter future. She's walking away freely and into her power. She's walking back towards what may be unknown for the moment, but it is still towards the light. And the affirmation is, I walk away from negativity and I choose myself in a rebellious act of self-love. So yeah, pile 2, if you haven't walked away from something that's causing you pain yet, maybe that thing has not come up yet. So again, similar to pile 1, maybe you're over here actually having a great time right now and you've leveled up in your love life or in your relationship, in your career, and things are feeling really amazing. And the message is that there is some heartbreak. There is going to be a period of loss. There's going to be a time of having to make a decision that you're going to have to walk away from something. And it could even be that you've got a job or you've started a new business and it's going so well that you actually have to leave the job that you loved. And so it could be a choice between two really good things. It may not necessarily be that something bad happens and breaks your heart. It could be that you realize that you need to go in a different direction, this flash of inspiration, this looking at things differently, this working with new people and bringing about wishes. Could be that in doing so, you know, what you've wished for a really long time comes true, but you've realized that you need to release something else in order to have that. But I really feel that this card here is almost like a progression of this one. This card here feels like it's when you're first experiencing that loss, when the grief is raw and real and you're having to really consciously choose to just take what you still have and just leave what isn't working behind. But in taking a leap into something new, I feel that this is just like the residual, you know, here she's still holding on. Here she's watching what feels like it's been taken away. And you can see what's laying here on the ground is like what's left. It's not working anymore. She's just down to one. Whereas this, she's comfortably walking away from it. She is, as I said, walking towards the light. So I feel like pile 2, whatever this situation is that is either causing you some grief or is going to cause you some grief, something that you're going to have to let go of, something that's going to be hard to say goodbye to, you're going to be okay, because it's going to bring in a new energy of the Two of Cups, which is about romantic partnerships, soulmates, friendships, connected hearts, passion, kindred spirits, joyful connection and cooperation, union, sometimes marriage, duality, and love consciousness. When you share your joy with those around you, you will attract deep and meaningful ties with others. This card whispers of romance and love, bliss and attraction, and the unity of the light-hearted. Sometimes it signifies the beginning of a new friendship or business partnership, while at other times it makes a profound romantic union. This perfect pairing of matched souls has the potential to develop into the magical and intoxicating entanglement of twin flames, or the merging of paths that will forever be united or changed as a result. If you are single, look for the arrival of a profoundly passionate and devoted lover. Are you putting enough energy into your relationships? How you see yourself as one half of a connected pair will deepen and shift as the effervescent magic of the Two of Cups bubbles into your life. This sacred reflection will intermingle spirit, emotion, love, harmony, and balance. And the affirmation for this card pile 2 is, I thrive in partnerships and my heart leaps with joy when I connect. So yeah, if there is something that you need to let go and walk away from, don't be afraid of doing that, pile 2, because you will be bringing something really beautiful in. And if you're already in an existing partnership, you know, it says here to also look at how you're treating others in partnership. So if you're already in an existing partnership, maybe there are some old wounds, some old hurts, maybe behaviors that you have that you need to let go of in order to allow this to thrive and bring new love in, whether it's new love within an existing relationship or something new entirely. We're going to ask now from the Sweet Foragers Tarot, which is another new one that I got today. What message is waiting for pile 2? What's pile 2 need to know right now? What message does the universe, spirit, their higher selves, guardian angels, spirit guides, whatever pile 2 connects to, what message does it have for them, or what does it want them to know right now? Okay, so we have got Temperance. I love that, which is all about balance. We have got these are new cards. So this is the, oh, I can read that. Sorry, I also need glasses. The Tower. So yeah, a moment of things really shifting and changing. We have got the Magician. So whatever you're walking away from, whatever is going to come crashing down here, you have the power to completely rebuild a new foundation, providing that you are able to see what is on offer and what is being handed to you here, what the opportunities are. Pile 2, so Temperance. Yeah, you're going to, I think with this Two of Cups, 2 speaks to balance as well. It's the number of balanced partnerships, new beginnings, and Temperance is all about finding the balance as well. So maybe things are going really, really amazingly well for you, pile 2, but it means that you have to let go of something because something else is really taking off, and you feel a bit of sorrow for what you're going to have to walk away from. Maybe you are called to walk away from something in order to find more balance. It could be that you are like, because this is an extremely energetic pile, like I said, there's been a lot of energy coming from this pile, so it could be that you have taken on too much, and while it feels wonderful and new things are happening, you might be being asked to just slow it down a bit, let a couple of things go, and that might not be, you know, that could just be for now, not forever. Why can't I find you? Here we go, Temperance. So I'm going to read from this book. Balance, moderation, and alchemy I met an alchemist today. She used 2 cups to move materials around, each swish of matter turning it from one element to another. It was sheer magic. When I asked her how she accomplished this, her focus never left her work. Balance and patience. We don't force anything, we walk the middle road so we can keep things in balance. Not everything is about big gestures or theatrics. Sometimes we're called to keep things in moderation. I noticed her work never left her focus or her hands. No single cup was ever fully empty or completely full. She kept moving slowly, calmly, and deliberately. Her body matched her words. Yeah, so you're either being called to find balance, pile 2, or you're starting to find balance. Maybe in your relationships, in your work life, maybe between your work life and your relationships. But here with the Tower talks about something crumbling, falling away, and needing to be rebuilt, but it gives you opportunities again for new beginnings to be able to rebuild. You've got the lightning crashing and the little house is it burning? Yeah, it's burning and the tree is burning. So the little house in the woods of this gorgeous little Forager's Tarot deck that speaks about the Fool's journey through the Tarot has hit a rough spot with the Tower. But while this seems like a negative card, it actually provides so many opportunities for this here to be able to step back into step off into the unknown, where you can't see what is going to come, but it's going to be wonderful. You need to go into it with an open heart, innocence, and optimism, knowing that from the Tower you are always able to rebuild, and you can rebuild it stronger than it was before. So this says crumbling, destruction, all is lost. Flames engulfed a quaint cottage perched in a tree. Horrified, I reached for my flask of water. Then I heard a voice in my ear. Don't waste your resources, it breathed. All is lost here. I turned, but no one was there. Tears filled my eyes as I guessed I'd been visited by the inhabitant who was already gone. The flames took everything. The home caved in and turned to ash. I may have been there for minutes or hours, but as everything lay in soot and blackness, I realized the tree beneath was unharmed. The wind came and blew the ash away, and as it was if nothing had ever been there. So, yeah, you might lose something in this pile too. I feel like this is really talking about things that you're gaining, but things that you're going to have to let go in order to keep that balance. And you might feel like something that you have worked really hard for has just suddenly come to an end and you weren't really expecting it. Maybe everything is going really, really well, and yeah, you're just not expecting that any of it has to come to an end. But the basis of this, the foundation, the tree, is not gone. This can be rebuilt, and that's what the Magician is here to do. So pile 2, this message for you is really saying that you very much have the power within you. There's, again, a lot of, not quite as much as the first reading, the first pile, but certainly all pretty close, actually, when I look at them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, six major arcana. So certainly some big things going on for you, some really big life things that are happening. These aren't small day-to-day decisions that you're making, or maybe they're like small day-to-day decisions that are leading to really big life changes. And again, all of the water and other cups here, and it's driving me crazy that I still can't think of the third water sign. I keep thinking it's Virgo, but it's not. That's Earth. So anyhow, the 4 of Cups, first of all, sorry, the Magician, which is again another beautiful card to pull out, and especially with the star, because the Magician talks about how you've got the power to do this for yourself. You are the magician, you're magic, and so you can bring about the star, you can bring about the wishes, you can bring about what it is that you're wishing for, whether that's new love, improved love, better work circumstances, and you have the power to walk away from the things that aren't serving you as well, and to rebuild, to know that nothing is ever really truly lost. So the Magician is equipped, tools, and being prepared. I was no more than 10 feet out of my little grove and into the forest when I heard the soft humming and the flutter of wings and spotted a sweet little old fairy preparing a potion. And that's the sweet little old fairy. Beckoning me closer, the fairy asked me about my plans, and I told her I was off to seek adventure. Shaking her head at my nearly empty satchel, she produced a crystal, a cup, a wand, and a dagger. And that represents the 4 elements: fire, earth, water, and air. Or in this case, it would be earth, water, fire, and air. When you're well prepared, you can face anything, she said kindly. These gifts will guide you: the crystal to earthly games, the dagger to cut through the mental blocks, the cup to fill your heart, and the wand to aid you in your creative endeavors. Thanking her, I felt less scared and headed deeper into the forest. So, yeah, pile 2, you've got everything you need to be able to manage whatever is coming up, including loss, including having to say goodbye to something. But again, you need to be able to be willing to look at things with an open heart, an open mind, and a different point of view, and make sure that you're not ignoring what's being offered. So here you can see you're being offered this gift from the clouds in the form of new inspiration, new ideas, creativity, and over here, the clouds are offering you a gift of this cup, and it's being ignored. You've got 3 cups, and you're not looking very happy that you've got 3, and there's a 4th one being offered, and you're not actually aware of it. So pile 2, this one says disassociation and self-evaluation. I'm missing my final ingredient, the fairy pouted. Looking at their 3 perfectly stacked glasses of potion, I peered around them and saw the missing ingredient being offered up on a magical platter. I opened my mouth to point it out, only to be interrupted. It's hopeless. I'll never get it. Frustrated, I tried to point it out again, but the fairy seemed intent on not seeing what was right beside them, intent on being hopeless. I couldn't force them to look around for a solution, so I threw my hands up and moved on. Okay, so pile 2, yeah, maybe you are in an energy of like you've got all of these good things happening, but you're focusing on the losses and what you're having to walk away from. Maybe you're not able to see all of these new opportunities and gifts. And in doing so, you are blocking some of this energy. If that feels like that resonates, then I feel like your message and what you need to know is that you need to remember to keep an open heart, an open perspective, and a positive mindset. Know that you are the magician. You're not missing any potion at all. You're not missing any ingredients. You've just been given all of the ingredients you need to be able to completely rectify this situation and rise above to create all of these beautiful cards up here. But you need to be open to what the universe is offering and know that you do have it within you. So again, this does go back a little bit to pile 1. Maybe you're feeling a bit stuck. Maybe you're feeling a bit hopeless, and maybe you're not aware, pile 2, that you, by letting go of these things, maybe there is something that isn't working. Maybe you're in a relationship, like I said, romantic, platonic work that just is not fulfilling you. It's brought you some heartbreak. If that's the case, these cards are telling you that you have the ability to cut your losses and move on and come out better for it. And even if it feels like everything is lost, it's not, because you have everything you need within you to be able to bring about beautiful things. But you just need to be willing to have an open mind, a different perspective, and a positive attitude, and find balance. Find temperance between what you're letting go of and what you're bringing in. Maybe there's a situation that just, something in your life that is not balanced and it's causing a block, or maybe there are just things that you need to let go of in order to find that balance. But very much pile 2, again, it's a really positive reading. If you're not already feeling really good about the new things that are coming in, or you're worried that the things that you're letting go of are not, like that all will be lost, they won't come back, that you will lack without them. Your message is a reassurance that that is not the case. And if you're feeling stuck, if you feel like your wishes aren't coming true, you're not having any new inspiration, things are blocked, it could be because there are these things that you need to let go of in order to bring about new love, new partnerships, new beginnings, more balance, to overcome what feels at the moment like a tower moment, everything coming down, feeling hopeless and like you don't have everything you need, but in actual fact you really do. So if that's the case, pile 2, then this is an affirmation for you that you are able to let things go. You're able to walk away and cut your losses, and you will be bringing in new opportunities, new positive things through that. But you need to look at the world with that open heart and that positive mind and the innocence and soft, kind heart of the Fool, and of this one here, the 5 of Cups, letting things go but not letting it harden your heart. So we're going to grab a final message for you, pile number 2, with the the Unicorn Oracle cards. They're beautiful Northern Lights on the back that I love so much. And we're going to ask for the final message from your Unicorn Oracle. Pile 2, what message is there waiting for you? What does the universe, Spirit, your guides, the angels, God, the heavens, your inner wisdom, higher self, whatever pile 2 connects to, what message is waiting for them right now? What do they need to know? All right, I'm going to take this one. Oh, got 2. Okay. Well, there you go. Pile 2, you get an extra message. So we've got cycles. Everything has its right time. Honor the cycles of your body. Tune into the moon's magic. And I feel like that also makes sense with all this bringing new things in, and letting go of things, the cycles of things, and then finding balance as well, because cycles are all about balance and discernment. All is not what it seems. Stay true to your knowing. Keep your dreams a secret. Interesting. Okay, pile 2. So I'm going to read that one because that feels like there is more information waiting for you there. There's a deeper message. So discernment. Look closely at this situation before taking any further action or making a decision. An offer or a proposal might seem tempting at first glance, but there is something going on under the surface. There is a hidden reason why it might not be the best choice at this time. Someone may be withholding information from you or trying to distract you from an unattractive truth. Pause proceedings and dig deeper until you have the full picture. Regardless of what anyone else is telling you, use your discernment and trust your own knowing. If something feels a little off to you, even though there is no apparent reason for doubt, honor that feeling. Avoid making a decision that doesn't completely align for you, and let go of any concern of missing out, which again speaks to this one. Letting go, not worrying about what you've missed out on, taking what you've got and leaving these things behind. And just even this one, these bowls are empty. This one's still got something in it, so she's holding on to that. By this stage, that bowl, the fire has reignited and she still doesn't want it. She's still happy to walk away from it. And she's doing so calmly and confidently and completely in her power. So I feel like that's what this is talking about. If there's a situation that it says that it might not be all that it seems, so maybe you're not aware of it yet, pile 2, but you might become aware of it and realize that it just is absolutely in your best interest to just walk away and let it go. But it might be something that you are already having an intuition about. You might be getting an inkling. If there's something like that going on, pay attention. This unicorn and his maiden also urge you to keep your dreams a secret for now. You may be excited by a new idea, but while it is in the early stages of manifestation, it is better to keep it to yourself. Our seedling dreams are precious, and it only takes criticism from just one person to diminish their magic. Others may not share your belief that anything is possible, so for now, keep your plans and ideas close to your chest and only share them when they feel stronger. Yeah, and you've got over here, this man is sharing his knowledge but he is doing it with a select couple of people. So I feel that this isn't saying don't speak to anybody, don't share anything. But I do notice all of these cards, aside from this one and this one here, they're all very solitary cards. Everybody is here on their own. But I think that there are people that you can trust. I think that there are people that you are able to work with. I don't get the sense that you're alone, pile number 2. And if you are, changing your perspective and having gratitude, looking on the bright side, being willing to take a leap of faith, being willing to let go of what isn't serving you, will bring that new love in, bring that new energy in. So if there's someone that you're a bit mindful of, yeah, maybe keep an eye on them. It might be time to start thinking about letting them go, or a situation that isn't working for you, something that's not all as it seems. That could be a work thing as well, not necessarily just a romantic relationship. That could be that what you need to let go of. Things might be going really well, and then something comes to light and you realize that actually there's going to be something that you do need to walk away from. But all that's going to do is bring in more beautiful things for you, pile number 2, because you do have the strength, you've got the power, you've got the ability. You need to find balance, or you have the ability to find balance, and the knowledge that things go in cycles. And so while this is a bit difficult to tell one way or the other, if I feel like it's not, this reading is not necessarily, it's not hard to tell if it's positive or negative. I feel like this is really very much a reading of black and white and a lot of grey, and of cycles, of finding balance, of feeling like things are kind of going really well, but then you're going to struggle a bit because you need to make some choices of what to then let go. But then that brings new love in and helps you to find balance, but then you feel like you've got to start again fresh from the beginning. But the Magician tells you that you have all of the power, but you need to be able to recognize that and stay open to it and not come from a place of victimhood. And so this card here, cycles, everything has its right time. Honor the cycles of your body, tune into the moon's magic. We have got, if something feels like it is not happening, don't force it. Everything has its time. Everything has its place. This situation will naturally come to fruition when the time is right, whether it's a business project, a relationship, a journey, a contract, or an opportunity. The unicorn has come into your reading to remind you that we are connected with Mother Earth through the natural rhythm of cycles, the ebb and flow of the tides, and the waxing and waning of the moon. And for women, the circle of ovulation and menstruation. Look at where you have fallen out of sync with those cycles and start working with the moon's magic to bring more flow into your life. Instead of trying to push through life full steam ahead, allow yourself to rest, retreat, acknowledge your body's calls for gentleness. And that speaks to the star as well, rising above day-to-day issues and looking within self-reflection. She's looking into this pond and focusing on herself and what she is doing. Then when the moon waxes again, or after menstruation, you can get out there again and be proactive and more social. So if you're a female or AFAB person who is watching this reading, that will make sense to you. If you are not, just disregard it. There is so much magic for you to unlock in your life by honouring these cycles. Buy yourself a moon calendar or note down the different phases for each month. Live in the flow of cycles and you will experience the true magic of life. So pile 2, you might find that pile 1 also resonates and you can get some more information about what you need to know right now from that pile. Otherwise, I hope that what is here has resonated. I feel like overall, this does feel a bit like a cyclical kind of reading. Like I said, things start out strong, but then you've got to let go of some stuff. And then you are needing to find balance. You may be needing to start again, but you have the power to do that if you're able to keep an open mind, keep an open heart, be open to new ideas, knowing that what is will not always be, and that what goes up must come down, and that things do turn around. And if you are feeling out of balance, which again, that card sort of mentioned, maybe you haven't been listening to your body, maybe you've been working too hard, maybe what you need to let go of is trying to get this over the line so fast. Maybe you are starting out in something new, a new relationship, a new business, a new workplace, and you're feeling called to share yourself and where you're at. And this card is asking you to slow down a little and just be a little bit careful about who you share what with at the moment, but to know that there is support in your life. You do have the Star. That is the card of being able to bring about wishes. It's the wish come true card. You've got the Magician. You're able to overcome or create any situation that you want for yourself. You've got the Two of Cups. There is new love coming in, whether that's in a relationship that is already there or it is literally a new person that you're going to meet. But you just need to remember, pile 2, I think the overarching message is that you need to find balance. You need to know when it's time to walk away and to let go. You need to know that taking the leap, having faith in yourself, having faith in your own abilities, and coming at whatever you are facing, asking about to come up against next, or whatever is currently happening, you are absolutely able to overcome it and bring good things in by just keeping an eye out for any situation that doesn't feel like it is bringing you good energy or serving you, and letting that go when that happens, and walking away with confidence, knowing that you're going towards the light to bring in new energies, to bring in new love, to bring in the ability to find balance, to rebuild a new and better tower. But don't turn your back on what's being offered. Don't turn your back to the opportunities. Remember that if you're in a difficult period now, things will turn around and good things will come, and you've got the ability to make your wishes come true. And if you are enjoying a moment of really good things, and this feels like it's a bit of a worry because things are going to possibly start to get a bit more rough, or you're going to have to make decisions or suffer some loss, again, your message, pile 2, is that things go in cycles, and that whatever is at the moment, it will turn around again, and then it will turn around again, as the world tends to work. So that's your message, pile 2. I really hope that resonated. Thank you so much for coming to my reading. If it did resonate, please feel free to let me know. I love hearing feedback on how people have found my reading to be. And yeah, if you want to take a listen, jump back, take a listen to pile 1. If you're interested to see what pile 3 might have to say, if that resonated, hang around. And if not, I wish you love and light, and thank you for coming to my reading. Okay, hello and welcome, my beautiful pile 3s. So if you chose the sweet Forager's Tarot and all the blue and green mandala candle jar, then you are pile 3, and you are here to find out what you need to know right now, what messages your higher self, inner wisdom, spirit, the divine, spirit guides, guardian angels, God, heaven, whatever it is that you feel aligned with. Pile number 3, we are here to ask that force, that energy, that inner knowing, what message is waiting for you? What message do you need to hear? So we're starting out with the original, or the standard, traditional, that's the word I'm looking for, sorry, it's very late, Rider-Waite Tarot deck. And we're asking pile 3, what message does the universe have for you right now? What do you need to hear? So, get straight into it. Ooh, all of these piles have had really lovely cards coming out for them to kick off. The World card, that's a beautiful start. Pile number 3, all is well. followed up by a card that says that maybe you don't feel so much like that is the case right now. And you're feeling chained. If you're not feeling chained to a situation that's not serving you, you are chained to a situation that's not serving you. So we were out to a roaring start with the World card, pile 3. But what I'm seeing is there's something that's going on here that's causing you to feel like you're in a bit of a situation of lack. You've got some insecurity going on in your situation. Oh, in the Tower, that's interesting. That one came out in pile 2, but later on in the reading, not. It was like toward the end, very much toward the end, not so much at the beginning. So pile number 3, what I'm seeing here is you're possibly going through a rough time at the moment. I feel like you're not having all of the golden sun energy and sparkly star energy of the other 2 piles. This feels like a much heavier pile right off the bat. So possibly it hasn't happened yet, pile 3. But there are definitely some big changes coming, some stuff that's going to really shake your foundations to their core. And really with the Tower, even in the nicest deck that I have, which is the one that you've picked, the Sweet Forager's Tarot, it talks about everything being basically burnt to the ground. But in the Sweet Forager's Tarot, it talks about how the little hut catches on fire and burns down and how it's not worth saving. There's the owner of the hut says don't bother saving anything, it's not worth it. But then when the Forager goes back, the little fool who's moving their way through the tarot deck to discover the journey of the tarot and of life, they realize that the tree that the hut was built on is still standing. So what that says is that whatever is destroyed here will leave you with the ability to start afresh, start anew, build something better. And I get the feeling, pile 3, that with this card here, you're holding on very tightly to what you currently have. And if you look at his face really closely, you can see that he's not smiling, he's not happy, he doesn't look peaceful. He looks like he's really just holding on to those coins. So I feel like something's going on that's got you feeling like you're, like maybe there's not a lot of abundance coming in at the moment. This card here, the World card, is such a good card. It's telling you that all is well. Everything comes to you in a timeless state of grace, serenity, and with the World, it's always turning. So what is not great at the moment has the ability to turn around. But there's the 4 different elements over here that represent the fact that she does have, like the Magician in pile 2. This card speaks about having the power and the grace and the wisdom to know that everything does come in a timeless state of grace and when it is meant to, and that it will come with the will of the divine. So maybe what is happening is that you are in a feeling of lack, in a feeling of struggle, in a feeling of like things are maybe being taken away from you and you have to hold on tightly to what you do have, and being chained to a situation. Something has been keeping you stuck, I feel, pile 3. And in this card, the Devil represents whatever that situation is. If it's a vice, if it's a negative work environment or an unfulfilling job, a toxic relationship, bad habits, and they're able to free themselves from the vice. The chains are so loosely around their neck, they could get free at any time, but they just need to be willing to do that. And I'm thinking that pile 3, if there's a situation, if this speaks to you, something that's causing you to feel, it could quite literally even be an addiction. It could feel like it's whatever it is, it's the world to you. but it's keeping you feeling very stuck and like you don't have a lot to give, you don't have a lot coming in, but you're very tied to it, if that's the case. And same thing again, it could be not just the addiction of a substance, not just alcohol or drugs or something like that. It could be the addiction of a relationship, you know, a really toxic relationship that is leaving you feeling like you've got to hold everything to yourself, because maybe stuff's been taken away, maybe new stuff isn't coming in, but you're just feeling like you have to hold really tightly to yourself. But at the same time, it brings a bit of a high. It feels like all is well when you are chained to this situation, even though it's causing you this feeling of lack. That could be the case, pile 3. Whatever the situation is, whether you're aware of being chained to it or not, and how it's making you feel, this card still does speak to the will of the divine, and this card over here says that it's all going to come crashing down anyway. So whatever this situation is, I feel that the Tower is going to bring it to a head. Maybe you're not able to walk away from something and you know that you should, and the Tower is going to do that for you anyway, and it's going to be difficult, pile 3, if that does happen. But you also do have the ability then, as I said, to rebuild again from a brand new foundation and from a stronger place, from somewhere that you are able to, in the right timing, be able to actually walk away from whatever it is that you're staying chained to. Because he does have 4 pentacles. This man is not without anything at all, and he's holding on to them so tightly that I wouldn't be surprised if, even though it doesn't show it, if he at least takes one with him on his way out the door. So I feel like it might feel like all is lost. If you could be already in that energy, pile 3, you could already be experiencing loss, experiencing feeling like you don't have enough, experiencing feeling kind of stuck, because that's the thing with this guy too. He's not moving anywhere. He's just very stuck, and he's got this whole world going on behind him, and he's got a crown on his head, so he's got a kingdom to be attending to, but he's not able to. He's just busily holding on to what he has got. So let's get some messages for you from the Light Seers mini tarot deck, pile 3, and see what message is waiting for you. What do you need to hear right now? That's 3, so I want one more. Spirit, we're going to get one more for pile 3, so that we can find out more about what is happening for them and what they need to know. What message do they need to know right now? Right, so we're going to go with this one here. So you've got the 4 of Swords. Again, yeah, you're going through a bit of a rough spot at the moment, I think. My pile 3s, you've got the 2 of Pentacles, finding balance. You've got the 6 of Pentacles, starting to create more abundance. And you've got the Moon. Okay, so pile 3, the 4 of Swords, she's taking some time out. I'll read from the book for these so I can get some more information. But she is needing a break. She is needing to rest. So whatever this situation up here, this big life-changing, shaking everything to the core, having to bring it all back to its foundations and begin again sort of energy, is going to wear you out. You're going to need to just hide away for a bit and take a break from it. The 2 of Pentacles is finding balance. And so again, maybe you've been chained to a situation and it's keeping you really stuck, and the Tower is going to force your hand to just take a rest and find some more balance in your life, pile 3. But in doing so, you are bringing in the 6 of Pentacles, which is 2 more Pentacles than you had before. Because you've got the 4 of Pentacles before the Tower moment, before things come crashing down, and a really unhappy looking guy holding on to them. And then after the Tower, taking some time out to rest and regroup and finding some balance. Then you've got 6 pentacles, and they are these beautifully coloured pentacles, and yeah, varied, coloured, lots going on. They are better pentacles than you had before. And then you've got the moon. So the situation is still unknown, or the outcome of the situation is still unknown. She's under the water. She's not able to see what's happening above. And there are these 2 different options here. So there are 2 opposing forces, and the moon's sitting in the middle, and she's not able to see what the outcome will be at this point. So you're still very much in this unknown energy, but things are improving. And I think the moon talks to moving forward, even though you don't know what's ahead, and trusting in your own intuition. So what happens over here, this devastation, this new beginnings, this sudden ending, I think group 3, it's going to, if you take the time to rest and regroup and find some balance, it's going to allow you to rebuild and come back better than what you had before, which is always what the Tower represents. For however difficult the ending is, there is always the opportunity to come back better than before. And I think it's saying that even without knowing what the outcome will be, your message is to really trust pile 3 in your intuition. And you've got 2 choices here, 2 outcomes, 2 possibilities, to find balance, to trust in your intuition, to make the right choice, to trust that all will come to you with divine will and in a state of timeless grace, even if it doesn't feel like it yet and it isn't coming straight away, that it will come, but you need to trust. So I'll grab that book and we'll get some more information about these cards. We've got the 4 of Swords. Where are my swords? 4 of Swords. A time of deep rest, transmutation of shadow, healing from burnout, taking a brief holiday from your reality, renewal, self-love. Yeah, so whatever happens here, I feel like it's going to completely change your reality, and you're just going to need to just take some time out from it because it is going to be such a huge upheaval, because it feels like it is going to shake up all of this stuck energy up here and bring you back into alignment with the World card. And it's interesting because, again, the other readings have had quite a few major arcanas. This one has already got 1, 2, 3, 4 going in, and we're only 2/3 of the way through it. And this one has a lot of pentacles as well. So I think the first reading, pile 1, they had a lot of wands, sort of fire energy. Pile 2 had a lot of cups, which is water and emotions. This one is very much pentacles, which is all about foundations, material, so materials like job, work, home, money, finances. It can be about relationships, but it is more sort of material possessions. So it might be that you have been struggling with something that is creating insecurity. It's creating an issue with finances. Maybe you are, like I said, maybe you're suffering from some sort of addiction, something that is costing a lot, and you're starting to struggle. Maybe it is that you are in a toxic relationship and you are giving out more of yourself than you have to give. Whether that it could literally be financially, you could be actually chained to this person because you are giving them more than you have to give. It could be emotionally, it could just be being stuck in the toxicity of a relationship, and therefore you don't have a lot of ability to give the gifts that you clearly are shown to have over here with the World card. You've got everything you need. You are beautiful. You are a gorgeous, wonderful, heavenly soul, but you're not able to see that. But all of the pentacles refer to very much to earth energy. So that's Virgo, Taurus, every other one I've forgotten one last one. This one I can get at Capricorn. So Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, earth energy, very grounded. So I see maybe you are one of those star signs. Maybe there's a person in this situation, pile 3, that is one of those star signs or has that somewhere in their chart. Or it could just be the energy of the reading. You could just be feeling really heavy with what is happening over here. And then this Tower moment is going to come, and it's going to be a lot of upheaval and a period of needing to really recover from that. And this card speaks about burnout. I feel like that could even be speaking about whatever this situation is here before. But yeah, the message is that now is the time for self-love, for renewal, for rebuilding, for building your tower back up from a better foundation and from a better space. So it says this deep resting period in your life marks a moment of intentional healing and self-care. More than just integral to your wellness, it is integral to your being at this time, body, mind, and spirit. How you heal is your choice, and you can find quiet regeneration through sleep or other restorative practices like meditation, journaling, energy healing, etc. Consciously decide to slow down and process before sprinting ahead. The hustle can be tumultuous and demanding, and the only person who can really direct your own radical recovery is you. Tend to your wounds, as you may be on the verge of burnout. Your nest will grow around you as you sleep, and the landscape of your life will shift beautifully as you fall into your own rejuvenating energy. In your dream state, you will transmute and transform your experiences and emerge renewed, whole, and ready to rise. But first, you must rest. Sweet dreams, sweet chickadee. And your affirmation, pile 3 for this card, is I give myself permission to slow down and heal. So yeah, something is already it's either already weighing you down, pile 3, or I feel like this feels like a long-standing situation. So I feel like if this is resonating, this is a situation that you're aware of and you know in yourself what it is. Whether it is a really bad relationship, a crap job, rotten friendship, pokies addiction, just anything. I feel like it's already well and truly an established thing. And if, as I said, if this is resonating, I feel like you know what this situation is. And it has really caused you a lot of emotional harm. It's taken a lot from you. You know, it spoke about you need time to rest and recover you need to let your wounds heal. I think pile 3, definitely one of the messages you need to hear right now is that you really need to give yourself a lot of love. Whatever is going on up here is something that you need to recover from, and you will need time to recover from it. And if you feel really exhausted right now, if you feel like you just need to withdraw from the world, if you feel like you need to sleep the day away, if you feel like you just don't want to get out of bed, then your message right now is that's fine. Knock yourself out. That's a really good idea. You're being called to do that. So if that's what you feel like doing and you've been feeling guilty about it, you're feeling worried about it, then very simply, pile 3, your message is don't. You're being asked to just take some time out for yourself, to rest, to love yourself, to recover, to heal yourself, and then to move on to the 2 of Pentacles. Again, new beginnings, balance. Pentacles means grounding, building things back up again, and finding that balance. So we've got here 2 of Pentacles, a need to balance many aspects of self, juggling obligations, equilibrium, seeking harmony. With all those roles and responsibilities that you've been juggling, you may be feeling a little imbalanced. Busy much? Maybe your calendar is totally overbooked and you're feeling the stress of being stretched in too many directions. You may be feeling a need to better balance dualities or opposing aspects of your life, your time alone versus your time with others, or your material life versus your spiritual life, etc. Make sure you aren't investing too many resources in one area at the expense of another, especially when both are equally as important. Even though this card suggests that you're likely able to manage it all, Do you desire this much juggling? Put some of your precious energy into creating a balance that you will absolutely love, one that will allow you time to work, play, love, and create. This equilibrium will not take from your reserves of energy, but it will add to it. And your affirmation is, I create an equilibrium in my life that allows me to be my best self. And so, yeah, I feel like coming on the back of a period of rest, it is, again, another affirmation to keep doing that, to slow down, to maybe the addiction and the thing you're chained to is overworking. Maybe you've been working yourself to the ground and feeling like you're not really getting anywhere and it's not moving forward, and something is going to come that's going to take the decision out of your hands as to whether to stay or leave. But either way, I feel like you've got two clear affirmations here, pile 3, that what you need, if not right now, what you are going to need is rest and time to heal and time to yourself and time to get that balance right between that ethereal cloud sphere thing she's got going on and her day-to-day handbag of the real world. So to move to the 6 of Pentacles and to start regrowing your garden, your things, your wealth, your prosperity again, you need that period of rest. And then this is saying two-way abundance, giving and receiving, being charitable, a positive and generous mindset, advancement, awakening, inflow, help coming from others. So that's really wonderful, pile 3. So this is reassurance that, yeah, you're not going to be alone, stuck here with nothing left, by yourself forever. New energy is coming in. The destruction of the tower is bringing in new things. Being open to give to others and to receive from others are states that we must all cultivate. This card asks you to experience these consciously. How does helping others make you feel? It feels good, right? Abundant, heart-centered. Gifting your time, money, or energy to someone else will open up the floodgates of new resources coming your way. Be generous with everything you have learned and remain conscious of the flow of abundance from the universe. So again, with the divine timing. Consider those sacred dualities, learning and teaching, receiving and giving, accepting and offering. Open your heart to this sacred balance of energy and fill in any gaps that you have around scarcity and abundance. It will imbue your life with compassion and generosity and usher in new states of prosperity. Donating your energetic resources to help others will be life-changing for those in need. Choose a cause that moves your soul and watch your feelings of prosperity shift. And the affirmation is, I show gratitude for my life through generosity and compassion. So I really, really love that, pile 3, because that doesn't just speak to having more abundance financially, or gaining more back from what you lost in terms of finances. It like also speaks to generating more love, more positivity, more good things, bringing in what the universe has to offer when the timing is right. And often the timing is right when our hearts are open and full of gratitude, because then we start to see opportunities everywhere. So pile 3, you could be in a situation where you're very much stuck and tied to something really negative and it's not doing you any good, and that is going to come to an end whether you like it or not. And after some time out that you are really being called to take to rest and heal and rejuvenate and find that balance, I think you're being asked to come back out into the world and to, you know, whatever you've learned up here, that could be what this speaks of, about finding a cause and sharing your knowledge, sharing your wisdom, and your lessons learnt with others. It could be from, because this is quite a lot and feels very heavy, and like in this time of rest and healing your wounds and finding your balance, you are coming into a stage of being able to give back to others, to turn the world around, to turn the wheel of life, even though it isn't the wheel card, it's the world card. But I always see that as similar. The world is always spinning and nothing stays stagnant in the world, but you've got the ability to bring together the perfect world for yourself with all of these elements that you have at your disposal and these 2 wands as well. You already are magic despite whatever you have been attached to or going through. And maybe this has even been the way that you've been looking at yourself, like in a really negative fashion, this real sort of scarcity mindset. But this is saying that once you've taken that time to heal, to go out and be generous of spirit, generous of heart, and share that with others, because that could be life-changing. That could bring in some really amazing things for you, of all shapes and sizes and colours. And then the moon here is, like I said, still not really knowing the outcome of a situation, but not being afraid. Where are you, moon? Here we go. Illusions, hidden truths, the unknown, trusting your intuition, facing your fears, the watery nature of the subconscious mind, mystery, symbolism and metaphor, perception, uncertainty, and dreams. When we're faced with uncertainty and illusion, it can feel like we are drowning. Trust that you will be okay, even if you can't seem to distinguish up from down right now. When you stop struggling to see that which you simply cannot see, because it remains obscured behind shadows of the moonlight, you will experience a deep release that will allow you to float to the surface of your truth. The moon card asks you to go within, find comfort in the darkness, and to calmly listen to the whispers of your own intuition. There is a divinity and magic here. When we fall into the moon's still waters, inner wisdom will embrace us and push us toward the light. She will reinvigorate your creativity and resurrect your spark as long as you go beyond your own fears to find her. Dive into her healing embrace, breathe past insecurities, and let her dimly lit magic guide you home. And your affirmation for this card, pile 3, is I am safe, and I reach new levels of unconscious knowing as I surrender to the will of the universe. And again, here we go, will of the universe, will of the divine. So pile 3, yeah, I feel like what's happening here might leave you feeling like you, maybe if it is an addiction or a toxic relationship or something, you might not know if you've got the strength not to go back, to not go toward the black dog, but to head toward the white one. You might feel like the outcome of whether or not you'll ever be able to rebuild your tower is uncertain, or if you will get another job, or if you will find another relationship. I feel like the message is telling you to take this time that you need to heal from whatever this is, and then to be generous with your energy when you have gained it back, and to be willing to trust in yourself and what you have learned in this time, the lessons that you have gained while you have been resting in your nest and it has been growing around you to encompass you and your size and all of your growing wisdom, and to trust in the balance that you have been able to find, and to trust in the new energies that you're bringing in here, and all of the positive new things, new connections, new foundations, new beginnings, and trust in yourself and your own inner wisdom. So we're going to move now to the deck that you picked, my pile 3, for the last of your reading, the Sweet Foragers deck, which is the Fool, the first card in the Major Arcana, their journey through the rest of the tarot to learn all the life's lessons. So let's see what the Fool has to tell you about what you need to know right now, pile 3. What message is waiting for you? What message do you need to hear right now? Okay, so we have got the Two of Wands, another 2. I like that. That's another new beginning and more balance. The Hermit, again, reflecting this one here, taking a bit of time out, having some alone time, and spending some time reflecting inward. We have the Seven of Cups. I love this. Pile 3. It feels like you've needed a message that some good news is on the way, that it isn't just in darkness or concerning. And if you did, that is this message right here, the 7 of Cups. He's got 7 beautiful cups filled with 7 different beautiful things that he is able to choose from. So abundance is coming back, and see, you started out with 4 and then you went to 6, and the cups being emotions. His cups are full of all these beautiful emotional offerings. So not only are you building your foundations back up, pile 3, with your fire energy over here, the wands, the beginning of something new, having choices, having options. This is realizing after the period of darkness with the moon that you do have choices, you do have options, and maybe one of them is to spend some more time in self-reflection before you do emerge. You might want to still cocoon yourself for a bit longer. Again, that's I think that's the strongest message I feel like I'm getting for you, pile 3. The thing that you need to hear right now is that it is okay for you to rest and to take some time out and to just go within yourself to find the answers. I've noticed that all of these piles, 1, 2, and 3, have all been very solitary. So whoever is doing these readings, maybe you're all just feeling a bit alone and stuck, and like it's been difficult to get the answers, or there's been no one to ask, or you've been a bit left out in the cold by whatever it is that's bothering you, so you don't feel like you're connecting. But apart from being stuck here chained to a vice with someone who they're not really together, they're both here, but they're very separate from each other. And same thing here, they're not clinging to one another. Maybe they just got flung out of the tower separately because that's what was best, and that's the divine will of the universe, because they really didn't need to be together in the first place. But all of these other cards, even here, when everything good starts coming in for you, pile number 3, which this is affirmation that it absolutely will, he is on his own here with all of these options and things to choose from that are going to fill his soul cup. So we're going to get one more card from the what's it called? Forager's Tarot. What does the Fool want you to know? The 10 of Daggers. Okay, so you're going to have a lot to choose from and a lot to fill your cup, but again, it's another card of needing to rest, of feeling like something has been really taken out of you. So there are good things on the horizon, pile 3. It's definitely not completely doom and gloom. But I think that whatever you have been through, it's not small, and it really has taken a fair bit out of you. And overall, this reading just has so many cards of needing to take a rest, take a break, feeling like you've been stabbed in the back with this one, like everything's been taken out of you. He is not having a good time, and he doesn't have a lot left to give. So that might even be, pile 3, a bit of a warning that you are going to do all of this work on yourself, and you are going to retreat within, and you're going to start filling up all of your emotional cups for yourself again and bringing back what was lost. But to not let anything in that's then going to take that away from you again and put you back in a position where you are feeling stabbed in the back, feeling like stuff has been, like everything's been taken away from him. He's got no life force anymore. He is not doing well. So we're going to read from this book, pile number 3, and get a bit more information about these messages for you. So we've got the 2 of Wands. The 2 of Wands. I've been a traveller for so long, it's easy to forget how it all began. I left home with no plan, no idea of where I was going or what my journey would entail. Frankly, I'm lucky to have survived. Today I met a young elf who was packing their bag full of scrolls. They were doing it right. They were leaving home for the first time and were preparing for their journey. Food, water, weaponry, and magic galore. This little one planned so well, there was no chance of them getting lost. So yeah, this card's saying that, again, you've got these things, this time round, you've looked within, you've started healing, you've found balance, you have been giving back, you're drawing in new energy, you don't know what is happening and what the outcome will be yet, maybe even what the circumstances are. Still, maybe not all of the situation has come to light for you, but you are prepared. You feel like you've been on this journey for a really long time, but it hasn't been for nothing, because this time you're setting out with the tools that you need to be able to carry you through, to keep you going. And so then the Hermit is... The Hermit is very much what the Hermit sounds like, which is inner light, comfort in being alone, and reclusion. Oh, I forgot to read the keywords for the Two of Wands as well. Making plans and blueprints. So, and blueprints very much speaks to, you know, a blueprint is obviously a very detailed, involved plan. It's the thing that everybody works off. It's the foundation. So I feel like this is the beginning of creating new foundations. This feeling of being stuck over here, and then the feeling of not knowing where you're going to land from all of this once that foundation has been, that very weak and shaky foundation has been destroyed, because that's the other thing to keep in mind. For it to be destroyed so easily, it was not that strong to begin with. So once you move past that fear of not knowing what the outcome is and allow yourself to rest and heal, pile 3, you will have what you need, the tools from this experience. And maybe you've already started taking those lessons and teaching others, and maybe you're even helping others to start out on their path. It might be that you go in a new direction and you begin to assist others with ways to find their way out of this difficult situation that they may find themselves in. But whatever you're creating, it's a blueprint. It's something solid and lasting and can always be referred back to. So I feel like whatever this situation is, it's preparing you for finding balance and stability and bringing in new energies and doing that yourself, and knowing that you were able to do that with your own power. The Hermit, again, inner light, so there we go, your own power. Comfort in being alone, reclusion. The sky was particularly dark tonight. Instead of finding shelter for the night, I decided to wander on in the darkness. Seeing a light in the distance, I moved toward it. It turned out to be another traveller's light, but it wasn't a lamp or torch. The light was magic streaming from the traveller's third eye. I asked if he was looking for company. Not really. I'm learning to find comfort in my own company, and it's teaching me to be my own guiding light. He smiled and gestured to the glowing third eye. I nodded, wondering how long I'd need to travel alone before my own guidance came from within. So yeah, pile 3, again, another message of just being in your own space, taking time out, even in the water, not struggling. I mentioned that she will be able to find her way. When she stops struggling, she'll know which way is up or down when she just relaxes and eases into it. When she just lays back and starts to float. And so I think this is very much a reading of you need to withdraw yourself, take time, listen to what your inner voice has to say, know that you've got the tools, know that you've got the wisdom, know that you are divinely protected, and whatever you're struggling with now isn't going to last forever. The 7 of Cups definitely speaks to lots of really lovely new things coming in. When I can find it. Cups, where are you? Cups, 7 of Cups. Choices and options. So yeah, what starts out as 2 potential choices with the 2 wands here, then turns into 7 choices. So for all of these hardships, pile 3, again, another message I think is that you are going to grow from this. You are going to be able to come out of this more prosperous than you were before, better equipped, with more to pour from, more to give, feeling more stable, more balanced, and with more options, more opportunities. So this says, "Oh, no big deal," he laughed. "Some choices will give me great wealth, some great wisdom, and some certain death. No pressure." The young traveller had encountered a trove of cups, each with its own magical offering. He inspected each cup carefully, weighing the options. After a long period of consideration, he blew out a sigh. "None of them," he said. "I can't risk it. I'd rather choose nothing than risk losing everything." As I watched him, I thought that walking away from the possibility of greatness, rather than risk losing what he already had, took wisdom well beyond his years. So, pile 3, you might have all of these options and decide that actually now is not the time, because you are still in this 10 of daggers energy that is just complete and utter exhaustion. Like, you just feel stabbed in the back and like everything has been taken out of you. So complete loss, failure, ending. You might still be stuck in this feeling of not knowing and the tower coming down, and rather than choose to rebuild at this point and accept any of these options, you might listen to this card back here, the Two of Pentacles, that was calling you to slow down, not rush in. Same as the Four of Swords, take the time to heal, take the time to rest. Don't rush. Move slowly. Ease back on work. Pour into your own cup, and you might find that none of these options are what will pour into your cup. You would rather take none of them than risk losing what you have managed to build back for yourself, which is only a little bit, but it's still 6 Pentacles where before you only had 4. And because you're still feeling this way, the 10 of Daggers still stuck in the failure and the ending, and just this exhaustion that you decide that you don't want to take these things yet. You need to still rest. This pile really feels like the message you need to hear right now, pile 3, is that you need to take time to rest, to love yourself, give yourself a lot of care, to choose wisely for yourself and for what is best for your heart and for what will fill your cup. So this one says, "I saw a dead body for the first time today." Yeah, flat out dead. There's no denying it. It's funny, this is the cutest deck and it's the darkest one. "As I entered a clearing, I was hit with a stench of death," absolutely the darkest one, "and I saw a body long since passed. As I adventured, I've often been called to action, called to take action. I've done everything I can to learn and to act, and to help others whenever I can, but now there was nothing else I could do. This person had met their end and was beyond help. As I dug a deep grave as I could and buried them. I didn't know them or why they met their fate, the fate that they did. I just knew that this was out of my hands. So I buried them, mourned for whoever lost them, and went on my way." Well, that's really sad in this book. Oh my gosh. I'm going to just read from the light, Seers Tarot as well. It definitely is a card of burnout and exhaustion and feeling stabbed in the back, and not a card of happiness. But I want to see what the light Seers Tarot has to say, because I feel like that is just really very dark. So again, painful endings, crisis, being stabbed in the back, an opportunity to find deep healing, an opportunity to find hope and resiliency. And so yes, I like that more, because in every card there is always the opportunity to learn something, to find something. Every ending is some new beginning's end. So whatever is coming to a close, is being destroyed over here, it is the opportunity for new growth. And I think that this is a reminder, it's an affirmation that you will need to choose wisely. And again, if this speaks to any sort of addiction, it could just be that all of a sudden you have all of the offerings and you have to knock them back. You know that they're not going to bring true happiness. You know, it looks like it's going to bring those things that you want, and it will for a moment, but in the long term, it's not. It's going to keep you stuck to this devil energy, and it's going to keep you lacking. But you have the option to walk away from the options. That's the great thing about life, is that until we are completely dead on the ground, there is always a choice. So your message, pile 3, could be saying keep making the best choices for yourself, keep looking within, keep calling on your own energy, your own wisdom, keep resting, keep healing. Don't completely close off from everybody. Do give of yourself. Do put yourself out there, because that will bring in new energies and more prosperity, more abundance, whether that's financially or with knowledge or love and support. But trust in yourself that in this period of not knowing how this ending is going to look as a new beginning and what is coming next, trust that you still have options. And one of those options is the option to walk away from the options and just to be like, no, I'm done. I am done. It could also be that if you don't choose wisely and you don't rest and you don't heed these warnings, that you will end up back in a position where you just feel like it's too much and you're not able to overcome it. But I do feel like, as I said, we've always got options, we've always got choices, and there's always something to be learned. And I think that this offers us the lesson that offers us the opportunity to find hope and to find our resiliency, and also an opportunity to really go back and reestablish that healing which is taking place over here. So the Ten of Swords comes to us in times of blinding truth, when delusion is lifted. And yeah, if you've been stuck here in a situation that you're unwilling to recognize what it is, or unwilling to move away from, even though you know it's doing you harm, or there are things here that are unknown about the situation that could be coming to light at this point, that could be what this card speaks to. And so it could really feel like it's just all a lot and it's all overwhelming, but it is, again, the opportunity. Same, it's not quite the Tower, but it's almost like a little reminder of, yeah, you still have a lot of healing, a lot of resting, a lot of rebuilding to do, but all is not lost. It's the opportunity to do things anew and afresh once you have allowed yourself to heal. So sometimes the truth is painful because it indicates backstabbing or personal loss. This card marks an abrupt end to your current path, again like the Tower, and a jarring resolution in the form of a broken relationship, a blocked dream, a fractured partnership, or a discontinued career path. While these endings feel severe in the moment, the most potent seeds of hope are always planted in their place. Remember that our wounds teach us about our greatest strengths and illuminate our ability to heal. Your dark night of the soul will be met with a beautiful new dawn that is filled with more light than you have ever experienced. That's wonderful, pile 3. Remain open to love and joy as you process this ending. So again, I feel like this works here with the Tower. It's reaffirming that this is an ending, but it's not a complete loss. New, beautiful things can come in, and that you should try to remain open, try to keep your heart open, try to be generous, don't harden your heart, continue to give, try to be generous, don't keep these lessons to yourself, use them to help another traveler who is just starting out on the first steps of this journey, to teach them what tools they will need to take to be able to survive. Focus on making the right choices and walk away from anything that doesn't serve you. You've got an opportunity here, pile 3, to rest, regroup. You're being given permission, divine guidance even, to rest. Take some time. Do you think about what your needs are? Focus on self-love and prioritizing yourself so that you can hear what your voice is telling you and what divine wisdom is saying to you, so that you can hear what messages are trying to come through right now. And finally, again, a reminder that this is going to bring in all the beautiful things. This ending is going to be a beginning, and it's going to bring in more stuff, more beautiful experiences, more love, more options, more prosperity, more abundance, when the timing is right. That as much as this feels very, very heavy, pile 3, everything is in divine timing. Everything is in a state of timeless grace, and you have the ability to be able to feel serene, to know that actually success is able to be achieved. You're able to have that, and that you need to believe in yourself and your ability to tap into the wisdom of the divine and to be able to receive the gifts that the divine is offering you. And that if you are offered gifts and you decide that these aren't the gifts for you, that you're also able to walk away from them if now is not the time to start something new, a new relationship, a new job, a new business, a new friendship. If you don't want to let anything in your life at this time because you are feeling exhausted and burnt out and wounded and backstabbed and just pretty well dead. I don't know if I can say that on a YouTube video. I'm meant to be saying unalived. Then yeah, this is reassurance that, like the Tower, it's difficult now, but good things are going to come from this. So remain open to love and joy as you process this ending and look to the sunlight that awaits. Watching the sun peak over the horizon is the highest task of a bruised heart. I am healing every day. And I love the way that that finishes in this book, watching the sunlight rise over the darkness. So it talks about that dark night of the soul, but again, another quote that I love, it's always darkest before the dawn. If you can get through whatever this difficult situation is, pile number 3, your message is to assure you that there are bigger, better, more beautiful things on the other side, and that these endings are the beginnings of some really wonderful new things. So we're going to get one last message for you tonight from the Unicorn Oracle deck and find out what your Unicorn Oracle wants you to know. Everything is sticking, so I say it's going to be that one. Prosperity. There we go. Beautiful. What a way to finish. My beautiful pile 3s, you have got prosperity. This is a message to reassure you that this struggle, this suffering, whatever this situation may be, it is not forever, and you have the ability to move out of it. And this beautiful new beginning that is going to come about is prosperity. A gift of money is on its way. Your income is increasing. Manage your finances with love. So something new could be coming in. It could be a new job. It could be because you cut the cord with this toxic relationship that is costing all of your finances. It could be a situation that's been just driving you so crazy that you can't think straight, so you haven't really even been able to get to work, or it's causing you to be ill, so you've had to take a lot of time off. It could be that the job that you're in has been holding you back and is a toxic workplace, and you haven't really been able to advance. Whatever this situation is, pile 3 that's been causing you grief, I feel like what you need to hear right now and your message is that you are being given permission and being really actually strongly told to take time to rest, to look within, to heal and to regather your strength. And then when you have that energy and you've found that balance, to go out with an open heart and to give generously of yourself, whilst also still remaining in that balanced energy of remembering that you need to give back to yourself as well. And that all these options will start being presented to you. Opportunities will start to come back, but you need to watch that you don't go jumping onto anything too soon, because you still, whatever you're in or whatever you've come through, whatever you're going through right now, it is a big deal and it is wearing you out, pile 3. It's taken a toll, and I feel like your message really strongly is to really just take a break, to take some time to rest, to take some time to heal and to recover, and to know more than anything with these 2 cards here really mirroring each other. All is lost, but for new beginnings, being able to rebuild in a better, stronger position and being able to come back with new wisdom, new insight, and healed, feeling like you've been able to move past this. And in doing so, you are going to bring in prosperity, and this speaks specifically to money. I like to think of prosperity as being in all sorts of different forms, but this does speak to money. So if you are struggling as well, pile 3, with any sort of money issues, which again is sort of up here with this guy holding on to everything he's got for dear life. Maybe you are having a rough time money-wise at the moment. I do think that, yeah, this is a wonderful ending. This is letting you know, your message is that it is going to be okay. Know that these endings are going to be really beautiful beginnings, and that if you need to take time to rest and heal right now, you absolutely should be doing that. You should be looking within, and that you don't need to jump to any opportunity. There are more opportunities coming. There's prosperity coming, regardless of whether or not you decide to take one of these cups or whether you decide to just lay down and be unalived for a while. Prosperity is still yours. So pile 3, I really hope that that resonated. I hope that there was something in there that, if you were concerned, if you are struggling, that this has reassured you, and that you absolutely have the strength and the power. You've got all of the elements that you need and the wands at your fingertips, at your disposal, to be able to have the world. But yeah, there certainly has been, interestingly, not as much major arcana energy in this reading as what there was in the previous 2, even though this one feels a lot heavier. And like this pile is like struggling maybe with a lot more, or just carrying a lot more. But whatever it is, it feels like less kind of life-changing than the other 2 piles. It's more day-to-day and really just focusing on sorting out your day-to-day. So it may even be pile 3 that these little changes, I know myself as a smoker, you know, it's just smoking. It's not everything. It's not the be-all, end-all. And when I am smoking, it's 10% of my overall life. But when I try to quit and I try to unchain myself from it, it feels like this is happening, like the world is ending, like this has happened, like I'm just dead, like it's a horrible feeling. So it could just even be something like trying to quit smoking and it's costing all your money and it's making you feel like the world is coming apart and you just cannot unshackle yourself from it. And so you need to just withdraw from the world, rest, find balance, just stick to yourself until you, if you're anything like me trying to quit smoking, are no longer a raging lunatic and no longer feel miserable and like everything in the world is ruined. Or it could be something really big. But either way, pile 3, I really do hope, sorry, I just remember what I was saying. Yeah, even if it is something small, it's a lot of, it feels like whatever changes you need to make, the message is that it's your day-to-day, and maybe this thing that feels like it's coming to an end, it just feels really huge. Maybe it isn't anything as huge as, you know, a really shocking drug addiction, a terrible relationship, an awful job. Maybe it's just that there's a coworker that has been driving you a bit crazy, or you're stuck in a job that you really don't like, but you do have the ability to go elsewhere. You're just feeling a bit trapped there at the moment. Maybe it isn't the world's biggest deal and it just really feels like it is. Or maybe it really is something that, like, these 2 are major arcana. So there is something that is big in your life that is keeping you trapped and stuck and chained, but that is going to be wiped away whether you like it or not. And then I feel like all the rest is all minor arcana. So it all speaks to day-to-day, the way that your day-to-day life is going to change. So I think that just tells me that overall, whatever this really big, heavy feeling of loss is, in the scheme of things, it's actually not the biggest loss ever. It's just going to be about you restructuring the way that you live and changing the day-to-day choices that you make in order to bring about more balance and more options, more harmony, and most of all, more prosperity. So yeah, that was a little extra wrap up for you, group 3, pile 3. I really hope that resonated. If it did, please let me know. I love feedback on how people found my readings, what they thought of them. If you want, you can always go back and check out one of the other 2 piles if you haven't already. There may be extra messages in there for you. But if not, thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you in another reading soon. Thanks, pile 3.